Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap video. On Friday, May 19th, I locked in $1,441 in profits with two trades, one of which was a winning trade and one of them was a losing trade. And in this video, I'm going to break down these trades. Hopefully you can take something from this and apply it to your own trading. So the first trade that I want to go over was with the stock ENVB. ENVB, if we take a look here at the intraday price action, had this big bounce from the $3 area all the way up to a high of $4.50 before kind of just consolidating and trading sideways for the rest of the day. So the obvious question here is, how did I know to get into ENVB? If we take a look, ENVB was one of the top watches in the Market Master group on Friday because it was a big mover on Thursday. It had a strong close and a solid setup for a potential continuation on Friday. Plenty of resistance in the low fours. But what I was looking for was a morning dip buy in the $3 to $3.20 range to get into the stock. So that way, even if that $4 area of resistance continued to hold into Friday, there would still be some room to profit from getting in the low threes. So if we go ahead and zoom out a bit, just to see the couple of days of price action here. And if we go ahead and just draw a flat line at $3 per share, we can see that level held all the way through extended hours, and then again during this pullback on Friday morning, bounced perfectly off of that $3 area, went straight through VWAP, straight through that opening range high, and then ended up ripping back up into that previous day's resistance. Okay, so I also alerted this to the team on Friday morning as I was getting into my initial position. I took a starter position here at the open, a little bit too early. I saw that it was gapping up slightly. I thought that there was a good chance it would consolidate here and continue trending higher above VWAP. So I took a starter position up here in the 330s, and I was using that $3 support area for risk management. So if it started to break down under 3, I would have taken that position off and cut losses. But once it pulled back, it started to bounce and hold above that $3 level. So I added some more shares once it started to then push back above VWAP from that support level. At that point, it ended up being a very quick trade. It started to rip, volume started to pick back up, and I sold some of my shares into this initial pop here up in the high 3s, and then the rest of my shares up in the low 4s, as again, that was a key resistance level from the previous day. So I ended up on that trade alone making a profit of $1,624 just by using the level of $3 support and the level of $4 resistance. Okay, so the next trade, which actually ended up being the first trade for me for the day, was SDA. This was a losing trade, but fortunately it was a very small loss. And that's actually going to lead me to a very important topic when it comes to position sizing and keeping your losses small on trades that go against you. Okay, so SDA was a stock that was gapping up in pre-market. It had its IPO, or its initial public offering, the previous day. And we've seen these IPOs run sometimes 50, 100, multiple hundreds of percents within the same day. So once I saw that it was gapping up, I had a little bit of FOMO going on and I wanted to get into this trade a little bit quickly. So with that being said, I didn't really wait for the best setup. All I did was get into the opening range breakout, which we can see if we draw the high and the low of the first 5-minute candle here. It's going to give us our risk level at the bottom, and it's going to give us our breakout level at the top. So I saw that it was pushing above the opening range high. I took a small position of only 500 shares, and it actually had a nice move up in my favor initially, but I wasn't quick enough to lock in profits on this trade. I wanted to see that this was going to start consolidating above VWAP and, ramp to $9, $10 per share or even higher. And of course, I would have looked to add and make this a larger position along the way, but it ended up starting to reject that $8 area, bounced off VWAP very quickly, and then again had this push into $8, which came straight back down under VWAP. And at that point, I saw that this was probably not going to make a new high for the day, at least not before there was a bigger pullback. So I took losses under the VWAP here and ended up losing $182 on that trade. So with those two trades, even though one of them was a loss and one of them was a win, I still was able to make $1,441 in profits. And that's mostly due to the fact that my position size in my winning trade was larger than my position size in my losing trade. That's why it's so important to take what are known as starter positions, or just an initial position to kind of get yourself into the stock without yet putting too much risk on the table. In this case, I took a starter position in SDA, and I was looking to potentially add into that to make it a full size position if it was going to continue this trend and if it was going to start making higher lows and higher highs. With ENVB, which was my winning trade, ENVB I added into this after it started to confirm my thought process. So I took a starter position at the open, like I mentioned, and then again, once it started to hold that level of $3 support and it started to move in favor of my plan, that's when I added into this position, and that's why I was able to make a larger profit on this trade versus the loss that I took in SDA. So the moral of the story is to take a starter position and add into that position once the price action is validating whatever your plan is for that trade. So with all of that being said, I just want to give a quick shout out also to Murph in chat, who also was able to lock in a nice profit on the ENVB trade. Murph's profit was $489.82. Sergio also was able to make a nice profit on ENVB as well. And we also had some traders locking in a profit in MNK. MNK first hit our breakout scanner, which is a live stream to our Market Master Group traders every single day. And what this scanner looks for is stocks that are moving up near their high of the day with strong relative volume. And MNK started to pop up in the breakout scan at a price of $1.54. If we take a look here at the intraday chart for MNK, we can see that it had an absolutely massive run from that level down in the 150s. That's when it first hit our breakout scanner, and it ended the day up over $6 per share. So it can be super important to have scanners that are going to work for you and find these stocks before they start to have these massive runs to the upside. And our team breakout scanner is one of the best ways to do that. All right, but anyway, all in all, it was a solid day, a nice end to the week with $1,441 in profits locked in. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found some value in it. If you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to come join us in the Market Master Group to hear about the stocks that I'm trading in real time, there's going to be a link down below in the description. You can get signed up and you can try it out for 100% free. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.